to Better Faith Group of Schools e-learning platform. My name is Mr. Isidame Momosa. I'm taking the class this morning, JSS2, on the topic titled, just as we have on the board, keeping money in the bank. Keeping money in the bank. As we all know that when we talk about bank, we are looking at financial institutions. Financial institutions that are involved in the commercial activities of finance, whereby the deposition of money from all customers are being deposited in each of the bank of his or her choice. But having said that, when you talk about keeping money in the bank, by the way, what is bank? As I've earlier said, bank is an institution where money and other valuables, such as certificate, which could be birth certificate, certificate of investment, or form of document, and alongside jewelries, are being kept in the bank. Just as I put on the board here, I say, what is a bank? That a bank is an institution, as I've earlier said, which specializes on safekeeping of money and other valuables. Like certificate, jewelries, etc. Having said that, I said advantages of keeping money in the bank. Advantages of keeping money in the bank. Number one, it reduces the risk of carrying money about. You can imagine as big as 3 million, for instance, you just move about with it when you know that the society is somehow going by the fact that some of the hoodlums are around you and they study you per se. So when you want to deposit money in the bank or you keep money in a bank, so one of the advantages is that it helps you to reduce the risk of carrying money about. Two, security purpose. Security purpose. What do I mean? It is the safest place to keep money. Yes. It is the safest place to keep money. So for security purpose, when you keep the money in the bank, your heart, your mind, everything is rest assured. You are not worried. So because of the transverse nature of the society, it's not good to move about with the money, just as Mavela said, the number one advantage. Leads to number two, now security purpose. So for a safe place or safekeeping of the money, we now put as a security purpose as number two advantage. Number three, it also help controls reckless spending. When you have this volume of money with you, you'll be surprised the way you spend the money. Those people that spend money anyhow, we call them, there's a particular word, they call them squandermarians. They spend money anyhow without why? Because the money is with him or her. But when you keep this money in bank, either in savings or current or fixed deposit, you now discover that there's always a kind of restriction which helps to control the reckless spending. 4, money can be withdrawn when needed. Very good. Whenever you need the money, you can go to bank, get what the amount you need to carry out the anything activities you want to carry out. It can be building, it can be set, it can be payment. So money can be withdrawn when needed. 5, privacy. This is another good advantage of keeping money in the bank. Why is it called privacy? Open of account is between you and the cashier. It's between you and the bank authorities. It's between you and whosoever that is responsible or that is handling your account. Privacy, whether document, whether what open of account, privacy is one of the advantages of keeping money in the bank. And again, I have on the board there are problems of saving money in the bank. One problem that have been observed over time is illiteracy. Those who are expected to save money, they don't even know the don'ts, the do, or whatsoever on how to save. they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write. Illiteracy is number one problem. Number two, error of documentation. You see now, number one lead to number two, error of what? Documentation. Not proper or no proper way of asking questions. Don't ask questions. How should I go about it? Just go ahead. So error of documentation is another problem confronting saving money in the bank. Then three, malfunctions. Malfunction of bank electronic facilities. Yes. Bank what? Electrical what? Facilities. Not proper what? You discover that some of the electronics or gadgets being used by some of these banks are not up to standard, or better still, the electronic facilities are malfunctioning. It's titled as a malfunction of bank electronic facilities as one of the problems of saving money in the bank. Number four, negative attitude of bank officials. Negative attitude of bank officials. Some are rude, though not all. That's why I use the word some. There are some people you meet in the bank industry, the way and manner they approach you will even make you to delight in saving more or working more, depositing more in that bank. But while some others, their negative influence of attitude of bank or some of the bank officials can even drive away what? Customers. So negative attitude of bank officials is regarded as problems of saving money in the bank. Number five, bank failure problem. Yes, bank failure problem, inability to meet up with the required standard required by the Apex Bank or by the bank officials is a problem to saving money in the bank. Having said that, I have here solutions. This one was added. Why try to save in the bank? One of the number one solution is that we should be thorough and careful when making entries or documentations of any banking transaction. We should be thorough. We should be what? Thorough or careful when making entries. What do I mean? You want to deposit, you want to make changes, we should be very careful while doing this. Number two, modern gadgets such as ATM, known as what? Automatic teller machine, should be provided in most of these banks, not oscillated type. The modern gadget, apart from what? ATM machines, or popularly known as what? Automatic teller machine, should be what? Provided a mixed other what? Modern gadgets to facilitate, to make the work easier for the banking what? Industries. Number three, education. Oh my God. Acquisition of some basic educational skills is very, very important. Remember initially when we stated under the problems, we mentioned the word illiteracy. You now discover that solution here, what are we talking about? The acquisition of some basic educational skills of maybe reading and writing for most of some persons who doesn't know how to read, who doesn't know how to write. Some of them don't even know how to ask questions. They just go about, feel like, let me just write. For example, you get a teller in the bank, they ask you, they wrote on that place, name, and you go in there to write what? Account number. You now discover that when a person acquires these basic educational skills, he or she will know how to what? Read and write. And before I give you the practice exercise, I want you to what? Reframe your mind back that when you talk about keeping money in the bank, that a bank is an institution which specializes in safekeeping of money, valuables such as certificates and what? Jewelries. And again, I said, what are the advantages? We keep on the board that one, it reduces the risk of carrying money about. Two, security, for security what? Purposes. Three, it helps to control reckless what? Spending. And in addition to that, we also look at the problems. Some of the problems, we say number one, illiteracy. Number two, error of documentation. Number three, we say malfunction of bank electronic, the problems. Then again, solution, that we should be careful and thorough in our entries or documentations when carrying out banking transaction. Very, very, very important. And again, modern gadgets should be provided in banking sector. Having said this, let us look at the practice exercise. We said the practice exercise is that we have number 1, list 5 advantages of keeping money in the bank. Number 2, what are the problems of saving money in the bank? Please take it again. List 5 advantages of keeping money in the bank. Number 2, what are the problems of saving money in the bank? These are your practicing what exercise. Better still, get your pen and paper. Don't just look at it as a form of watching. Let me just watch. No, there is more to it. Thank you for listening.